Good to go. Oh, good afternoon. As always, the lunch break show between 1 and 2 weekdays. And today, as usual, ke na le borra ba Lekgotla. And today we'll just be discussing the EPL and the Champions League, looking at the draw in Idirwa. I think it was last week. So today we're just going to break down. Borraba are going to give their predictions. They're going to give out their thoughts about the draw, and hopefully we'll get to cover the EPL, the games that happened this past week. So I have Gabriel, I have Max, and then I have Rico. Borra, welcome to the show, and as usual, glad to have you guys on board. So I think first things first. Let's start with the UEFA Champions League draw. Max, what's the your pick amongst the four games?
Tota nkareng, because the Dortmund and Man City game is very go bonagalang that tshwera le tlhaloganya ya Pep. It is going to be a very interesting game. And then tse dingwe tse I don't ha ke bone that much spark into the other games, because Bayern, I see them dominating their game. Chelsea Porto is a 50-50 one. So who I think. So I think my pick of the games will be Man City versus Borussia Dortmund.
And then Gabriel from the four. When I have okay.
Hey, I wouldn't want to lie. The interesting one, Chelsea and Porto, because they are both seen as like they are considered as low teams. The way they perform right now. So I've had like a couple of radio interviews, but we already know Chelsea players never tell Porto because they were excited that they were given an easy draw and all that. But if you look at that draw, Porto in really excited because I mean Chelsea is the least lethal team amongst the 18 the 7 remaining that could be seeded against Porto. And then the interesting two games, Real Madrid versus Liverpool. Remember the final, and then Bayern and PSG. And then the other one,
Madrid, is it really that interesting?
It's interesting because Liverpool has to redeem themselves, and PSG also has to redeem themselves.
Looking at performance-wise, Liverpool, what do you actually see them pulling an upset?
It's a 50-50 because even Madrid is not performing well when it comes to in the league. Mm-hmm. So the other thing that we need to note, Corey, team is in the leagues that are not really performing well, but what have they been doing more Champions League, and that's something we also need to consider. Corey, it's a different atmosphere, and they get motivated because by last 80. So when you see yourself there, you always want to move forward, especially when it comes to this elimination cups, because it's still the same thing with Arsenal last season when it was playing against big teams more, FA Cup. They were getting motivated, but league never palo. So I wouldn't be definite and say that because league in the respective leagues ba palo or Champions League in palo. And you might just be surprised that one team is not successful or go leaking
and then Rico, from the four games, which one would you say it's your peak?
Yeah, hey. So Teddy thata kana mo quarter finaling all teams ya bana di gorogile ho la re di a tshameka. So for me I would go for Bayern and PSG. Looking at the fact that last year ne dile mo finaleng tsotlhe wa bona, and I think still di santse di performa tsotlhe ka state se ne di mo teng, even though PSG changed the coach, but ke solwela gore they are still there ba santse ba tshameka the way ne ba tshameka ka teng last season. So I hope gore e tla nna another game e leng gore e tla nna monate for Haaland and Man City, like Max was saying. It was a game e monate because Bayern is the youth ba bona e tshameka ka the young players tota ba ena gore they still want to win something. Yeah, Dortmund, they want to win ba bona. So ba go tshameka ile gore ba batla go wina. Pep wa go taka master plan wa gagwe le ene o batla go wina Champions League ka another team ka gore ga isa ke win Champions League except ko Barcelona he. So le ene o santse ba batla go wina. I think Le Man City players ba batla go wina. Bo KDB, De Bruyne o batla go wina Champions League. So I think ya go na nngwe di game tse di monate tota.
But then zooming in, Max, more the fixture ya Chelsea and Porto. I think it was last week I made a prediction ya hore Chelsea is easily going to win against Porto. How Porto played against how they knocked out Juventus. Yeah, on the two legs they played, yes, but it wasn't convincing. It wasn't the Champions League play that we usually see from the teams, and they really struggled. More second leg in Yabon, Juve, and Hagizi. People are saying we are not giving them enough credit, but can they really cause an upset against Chelsea? You know what it's currently, I'd say the best performing team for EPL.
The thing with FC Porto right now, Habana, it's a team built without a big name superstar. So most of these guys, they are both scrap. They are all scrappers. Everything, more thing from the goalkeeper to the front line. We are going to be fighting for each other. So that kind of mentality, it can actually help you how to approach teams like Chelsea. Teams say, no, you are. Especially Habale in this good spirits, a bit of luck for a portrait they cannot penetrate the midfield and the defense, because we can see the resurgence of N'Golo Kante. I think he's the N'Golo Kante who Leicester the time Leicester won the league. But all in all, I still think Porto have enough to cause an upset, even though Chelsea are on the uprise. Somebody Dumela or Porto can cause an upset.
Hagit, I'm sure. Was I wrong in terms of saying Chelsea are going to walk over Porto? Looking at, I'm basing on the previous performance here, and then also how they performed for the group stages in Zabon.
Yeah, I think you are right when like there are so many things that are so against Porto when we look at how they've been playing. Champions League in Lekwabone, they have been even struggling because number one goal in against Sporting Lisbon. And then the other thing happened, like when you look at Chelsea have been like they're getting resurrected. They've been playing good and having like a good streak of wins and all that. Mare Porto, the only thing that they do have, as Max was saying, is they believe in themselves. That's the only thing that they do have. But when you look at the paper, they are not that favored.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. And then Rico, if we talk about I don't know if you guys are saying the Real Madrid and the Liverpool game. I would say for me, I would say it's my pick for the best games amongst the 14. Are we not giving them enough credit, or are we saying they all of them like Juaneana, they are currently not doing so good in their respective leagues? Why are we downplaying game Real Madrid Liverpool?
Are we okay?
Ga ke batle gore ke re e ko taso a bona. It's one of it was not gaming because ke replay ya another final nothing. I think Mo Salah okay, I will name few players. I think Mo Salah wa go batla go dira something to redeem. I think to redeem, but it's not to redeem. I get to ba le go college. But I think ba go batla go perform to show gore gongwe ba ka outlast Real Madrid na kwene ba if he was there. So but hela performance wise both teams had more form on so. So I think ke one of those game e leng gore ya go nna kota sa read maybe ka tsatsi la teng tata di tshameka but for me re lebile the way ba tshamekang ka teng hela ke game e leng gore ga ke big names hela tsa di team but ga ena that thing hela se leng gore re ka batla go lebelela wa bona Madrid yes ya perform mo di cupong but
ke nela ke bona gore Karim Benzema o irang go la liga kwa le di competition tse dingwe. I mean the guy has been scoring non-stop. Maloba ka game Celta Vigo e bile go gorile brace. So matching against that patchwork defense at Liverpool, I don't see Liverpool go gore I ka tswa ka seng mo gaming ya teng.
But Max, going back to Yonakanya, Real Madrid. I think if you watched the previous two games, you'd see the combination Toni Kroos and Modric. It wasn't as swift as we'd want. It wasn't as convincing as we always see them play. And then also the last game never eliminate the last game before by qualify. It wasn't the Real Madrid that we know. I think even player it has somehow spilled to that performance Champions League. They are not really that Real Madrid that we know, we'd want to see play. You'd see the possession player ball, the transition. It's Real Madrid is just average. It's just Real Madrid.
Let me just chip in with regarding Madrid versus Liverpool, because the way I feel is that both of the teams, they are at the point where any of the team can be favored and move on and end up even Champions League. Because we all know this. Real Madrid and Liverpool, out of nowhere, when the least you expected, they become favored and end up winning the Champions League. And yet we're having best performance, and that's the reason why we are not even it's not like we are putting so much into that game, because anything can happen. And then maybe we can talk about them when they reach other stages of the competition.
So looking at
but okay.
Yeah, the
way I bonang Real Liverpool, the way some can get them EPL it's in a defense the way Real Madrid jaka makes up Capo Benzema. Do you see Liverpool go defender attacking force ya Real Madrid? Then Madrid lone le garela le re le ga Casemiro, Modric and Toni Kroos ga se lone ba bona. Even if Benzema gora ke di-goal tse leng gore ke chance once in a while nyana eta then ena ba dira magic wa gago then he scores. But hela ga se ga re sa thola rena that creativity e kalo ko Real Madrid. Do you see what only difference mo those points that ke di buang tsa gore defense and creativity?
That's why can get up. One thing, I think you brought something really important to this conversation, because when you look at creativity, Madrid has creativity. So the link-up play between the middle the forward, it's about including Benzema. Do you see any chance, despite Liverpool being that bad. Good defense. That's why I was saying that. Let's also consider the atmosphere. The atmosphere of the EPL is not the same as in Champions League. That's why you can find that a team will be failing to win the EPL and end up winning the Champions League. It's not really definite that when a team fails at EPL, somehow it will fail at Liverpool at the Champions League. So now for me, I believe that Liverpool still has a chance despite having this weakness within the defense department, and it's something that they've been struggling with more APL, but we still find them having been successful in the Champions League until now. So like we can all agree that RB Leesbeck was like it's a good team, but they failed to even concede against that team, another German team. So now to me, I believe that Liverpool can actually do something based on the success in the Champions League until now. So yeah.
But then, I'm sure, Honiana, looking at where Liverpool are, Honiana, I think they're currently 7th on the league, of which now it's certain they will Hakabatola by win. But doesn't that then going to translate into performance Bone, moving into the quarterfinals, the Champions League? In terms of the psychological, the psychological aspect, they've now lost the league. Champions League here. Won't that hinder performance here?
And also, the string of defeats that they've been suffering at home, affect on psychological.
Nah, the only thing that has been affecting these guys psychologically, it was the loss of the leadership at their defense. That gave them the freedom to go on the wings and supply to the front three, of which the front three is failing even when they have somebody who's good at the middle field, who's supplying them. And I don't want I've gotten into conversations where people were saying that this guy from Bayern, who was from Bayern or Liverpool,
Thiago.
one from La Masia. Yeah, Thiago. They were saying that Thiago is not doing anyway. But I was like, no, Thiago is actually one guy who's providing and also feeding the front three with his long ranges. But this guy is failing to link up with whatever this guy is trying to do. So I'm saying the same, like the atmosphere Yago Premier League is not the same as the one Yago Champions League. And we all know that in the past, Liverpool has been successful in Champions League without being successful in what? In the league. So naturally, that's how I take it. I wouldn't say no. It's definitely that if they are failing, it means that they'll fail for Champions League. And they've been good. They've been having good runs, more Champions League. And that's something that you should know or know. When it comes to Liverpool, it's like they are the favorite kids of the Champions League. Whenever it comes to like playing, they don't even need to be successful more.
Liverpool. You're not talking about the current Liverpool.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
the current Liverpool. I get like
Liverpool. You are basing so Liverpool and we've always been watching. Of which Liverpool.
No, Meg.
Liverpool. Wait. Like you were saying, Real Madrid like a creativity to link the midfield and the strikers.
Yeah.
Isn't it the same way Liverpool? You are saying Thiago
no. Max, okay. When you look at these two teams, they have weaknesses, of which in that particular day of the game, there's a possibility that either one of them, that weakness can be a disadvantage. That's why I can't say that Madrid is going to have an easier one with Liverpool. It's a 50-50. It's the same way as in when you look at which other game, the Bayern and the PSG game. Like that one for sure, it's a 50-50. We don't know what's going to happen, but you know that Bayern is going to score. But Liverpool, I still see Liverpool having that chance.
Gentlemen, moving on to a game I think we've ignored, Bayern versus PSG. Bayern haven't been as lethal as they were last season in terms of maybe the goal scoring charts at Bonne. We saw them Maravawina to Wadi. As with PSG, we saw them knocking out Barcelona. They won the first leg and then they lost got the second leg. Going into the quarterfinals, what should we expect in terms of play? Is Bayern going to run rampant up PSG? I don't know if Neymar will be back for this one, but what contribution will it bring to the game?
Okay. All I can say is, we're going to see a lot of this. Lewandowski, I don't know how much we have to talk about this guy concerning his resurgence. The guy has just been last season. Yes, Bayern, they aren't that lethal and but Tota Hakeboni PSG in a chance of beating by I see. Let me just put it this way. I see an all-German final, Bayern win a Champions League. Basically, that's what I see.
All-German final.
All-German final.
Wow. Joe, thank you.
Like, I don't want to lie. Bayern still stand a chance because of how Lewandowski has been playing. Bayern versus Dortmund, where Haaland scored the first 2 goals and they ended up with 5 goals. It tells you what type of a team they are. And I feel sorry for PSG, but PSG they can switch things up.
But
with PSG, I think will depend mostly on the injury status of Neymar. If he's back and how fit is he for a game, or at least have an influence in one of the games. Listen to check this in one of the games. Homer would say PSG maybe would have a chance, but I don't think Mbappe will be enough.
Yeah,
but then
when let's just compare Mbappe le Haaland. Haaland is lethal. Mbappe is favored by moving around and all that because he occupies more space. Hey, but when it comes to when you look at that thing, the game I think Sancho Zegarnazen for that game, and also Makurus was there. So when you look at those type of players, those are also the same mode of players that are there. Go PSG. You look at Verratti. You look at So So I still see PSG might have a problem. The only inspiration that they need, Max is saying, they will need the presence of Neymar because with him, things can happen.
Rico.
Technical problem. I think Aki, but for me, PSG. Go batla go tale e taena le another tactic tse di sha tse gore Pochettino go ngwa ka tsone to fight to play against Bayern. For Bayern ga ba change thata ba tile ka I think Leroy Sané ke ena change a leng teng ba Thiago tsamaile, so ga ya change thata Bayern, and Sané has gelled there since the teaming is playing. But for PSG, yeah, Jaka makes Abua le Gabriel. I think without Neymar, because Neymar can have a great talent and he's one of the best players there in so I think without Neymar, a problem for PSG. And Neymar can almost every match this month on injury. So hey, like it's right nothing but with Mbappe it's not enough for PSG or winner against the Bayern. That's my thing. But I want to game
for sure.
PSG it's
Mute Thabang. You are muted.
Niger, before we move on to the EPL and wrap up, I would want to get your predictions before you leave us. I would want you to do your predictions for Man City versus Dortmund.
I'll say Dortmund. And
then for Liverpool, Chelsea versus Porto.
Chelsea.
And then Bayern versus PSG.
PSG, if Neymar is there.
When you had if statement, they have Mr. Yeah, he can do it.
Like I have PSG, right? PSG.
And then Real Madrid versus Liverpool.
I'll give this one Liverpool because I believe
Liverpool. Max, I think let's take your prediction. City versus Dortmund.
Dortmund for sure. Dortmund, obvious.
Wow. Chelsea versus Porto.
Chelsea. I can't believe I just said that.
And then Bayern versus PSG. And then Madrid versus Liverpool.
Madrid.
Rico, City, Dortmund.
Benzema
City will go through.
City.
Yeah, City will go through.
Chelsea versus Porto.
I will go with Chelsea.
Bayern versus PSG.
This one is the hard one, but for me, Bayern will win it. I guess.
Madrid, Liverpool.
Madrid will win this one. Easy one.
Wow. And then finally comment they have it's a run now. It's a lot la gona go ibala Mbappe wa go phakelela Bayern 6-4 aggregate score. I get to predictions when we did Ali it's a 6-4 aggregate in
the other way around.
PSG. It's the other way around.
What happens?
Yeah, the other way around. The game is at the because gaming well 3-2. Team is at the with you to all.
It's going to be a high scoring game.
Yeah. When I thought the prediction tower.
Nataka, I still stick to my normal I'd go for City. City versus Dortmund, I take City. Chelsea versus Porto, Chelsea. Bayern versus PSG, easy. Bayern will go through. Madrid and Liverpool, take Liverpool.
Ukila bana bothoko ba teng ono team Madrid enemy me go Barcelona. Liverpool, I don't want to say anything, and I have to choose who's going to win. King is a net drug and the
There has to be one winner, say.
Lonali do like it. Come on, no.
No, I got that
Can they make it a Europa League?
No, but delay Europa.
Canara go rote. No,
Europa haina serodumo se se kalo bora.
Prediction is a run out there. Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and PSG.
Yeah. So, but the team is England did go for the semi-final.
So,
Wow.
And I
but Liverpool won't go through.
In Europe, guys.
Huh?
England is in Europe. You see it, Europa League, 2 teams there, and one is possibly going to win the cup. And then the same thing might just happen at Champions League.
or Europe.
Next thing you know, they'll be saying England is taking Euro.
No, that one's not going to happen.
I think it will be based on the performance of the younger teams, young Lions at UEFA Champions League, under 21 Lego World Cup.
You're giving them a chance.
No, but
Guys,
look at
let's consider this. In the success rate, European teams, national teams, it comes more developmentally. In 2010 or 2009, remember when Khedira led Team Yabo Ozilele go 2010, and they were an exceptional team, and they got beaten out, they got knocked out because Muller wasn't there because of suspension and all that. But Team 11 is there, like sharp.
How many English players have passed?
And then in 2018, Pogba and his team, they won winner under 20 World Cup. 5 years down the line, the same group managed to win the what? World Cup 2014. England still has a chance to win some of these cups as we go forward.
Max. What really?
Carry the teams that are balanced, can only France or Germany, all those teams nationally that sparking that X factor. England are another X factor.
England has an X factor when it comes to its youth teams. So let's allow the success rate. They won the World Cup by under 20. Before Yamaloba but they didn't win it. But the other one he got never win. I had the one in this guy. Yago South Korea. Yeah, I guess like 27 or something like that. Oh no. And not only that, the under 21 they had like a successful run. So I'm saying with that team, if those young people, Bale 4-5 like they don't run out of gas, they will still perform well. That's what I'm saying. They stand a high chance. England has a quality. It's scheming when it comes to the striking department. It's very hard because almost everyone is putting well. You look at Bob Ramford, you look at Harry Kane. When it comes to selection, it's like that one I understand.
I understand, but what I'm saying, excitement. Jordan Sancho ke rota banga ba tsosa ga ba setse ba bona gore team e thata e phekile ba are they hoping that Jordan Sancho will be that guy who will penetrate the defense? that pass.
It's not only Sancho. We have Saka, we have we have we have even Wings. The Wings is the England, they are good with whatever they do. The most important thing for at that particular moment is the team gelling on that oiled machine and all that. If it's like that, England will rule so many with the that they do have.
Yeah, but I'm sure can you do in terms of youth setup maybe to decide the outcome will they win the Euros or what. But if you take it back, or you go that team Yabo Gerrard, Yabo Lampard, they played in the same teams or same lower under 20 worldwide, but that didn't translate into them winning the World Cup, them winning the winning the championship in
those guys, they have never at any given point as a group won continental national team, and they've never even won anything. Even Olympics, they've never won it. So, like, if you look at some of these teams when they are successful, half of the time, if either team I win under 23 Olympic, there's a likelihood that they will end go finally. How about we Euro under 21 championship? There's a likelihood they end at the semi-final, and the exciting either World Cup, they're gonna like end up somewhere. That's what I'm saying. It's not the same with even right now when you look at Portugal. Like it has a crop of like they can survive without Ronaldo. That one for sure. You look at Bruno, you look at quality players they do have. Go Sporting Lisbon. There are a couple of players that pretty well. So now my point, what I'm saying is, let's look at how these young people wanna go. I can manage being an old Liverpool right now, but like those are things we have to look at them. Let's say the crop of players that were successful at that time, because what I get that 2013 World Cup they won under 20, and then they moved go Brazil. Yeah, they were a good team, but they didn't have hope. And now we see the fruit that experience Karashia 2015, because like they had few pieces and like it was working for them. So I'm still saying that it will take time, maybe next 8 years. But I foresee England upsetting teams because of the qualities that they do have. That's what I'm saying. They might not win the World Cup, but they might end up somewhere where you see that this team is doing something. I can Dabo Lampard, because when Yabo Lampard there was something missing. They didn't. If Beckham wasn't performing well, remember 2002 when they were playing for South Korea. I expected England to do something, but they got knocked out. I think they nail Brazil. So those moments they show you that they didn't have that thing. But now they have a lot of players who can upset teams. That's my point.
Yeah, I'm sure. Rahul. I think when you might leave us anytime. So we'll release you, and then we can wrap things up. The Rico and Lemex. So I don't know if we can just brush it. So I think we can just go through the EPL and then we can call it a day, guys. So I think we had 3 or 4 games a weekend. It was Tottenham versus Aston Villa. Tottenham 1-2-0. And then I think the big game of the weekend, the 3-3 draw, Arsenal the West Ham, and then we have Brighton won against Newcastle. So looking at the current EPL league, 1 Man City, 2 Man United, 3 Leicester, 4 Chelsea, 5 West Ham, 6 Tottenham, 7 Liverpool, 8 Everton, 9 Arsenal. That's why I see them Chovas. And then 10 Aston Villa. So Hakit, is the league decided?
Yeah, for the league now, I would say Man City already kind of set 8 games here. Most teams see more 29 games. Man City says some kill the 30th. So I think the difference. I think let the form we I think the champions. Not for me, league. Then we are going to fight for top 4. The team is leading team. No, not for Arsenal. Arsenal. I we are going to fight for top 4. I agree for Arsenal. The team they want the bracket. They over the cancer about top 4. It's given this smell is Arsenal is going to fight for top 4. No, Recalola top 6. Recalola top 6 there. Whereas it's all Champions League. Nobody discusses on some Champions League. Most sports are Champions League. But anyway, the way on thing, I think West Ham, the way performing thing, those who played the weekend or they are performing, and comparing they are going to play Momo Kapong or Europa. I don't know which one, but they are performing well. Menu already Menu is on 59, right? Habaka perform, 5 games Habaka winner. Obviously they will be on top 4. Leicester on same. Chelsea Lone is going to fight for top 4 spot at West Ham. I don't know which one but Tuchel has come and changed mentality what the players are they are performing well. Liverpool, I don't know, maybe it's not the top 6. I'm not sure. Tottenham, ba winner, ba loser, so ga ke tlhaloganye gore ba ta hella ha kae. As for Arsenal, but the mo bracketeng ja top 10 jone re teng like it's re ha kae ne re ta so but anyway that's my prediction. Top 4 ha ke batle gore ke re it's already decided, but we will see after game 35. Now we have decided for the top 4 to woman.
Max.
It's never number 1 Man City. And then from number 2 till number 6. There is no way how someone is going to predict number 2, 3, 4 is going to be someone else. However, the team. When it comes to Ole, you never know which Manchester United is going to pitch up. There's a problem when it comes to they have this habit even though the team even though the build from the back, and that is causing us a lot of pain. Would have to struggle from behind. So with United, one can never be too sure number 2. But what I know about top 4 are born. You is standard. Top 4 are born. But as to which position more top 4, I wouldn't say much. Leicester, I'm pretty much impressed with what they're doing. So Tone Bonea, I think if Habakari, I think they would finish 2nd and we'll finish 3rd. Yeah, I think Leicester are somewhere along the line. We finish 3rd. And then number 4 is going to be an interesting one between Chelsea West Ham, the Spurs. West Ham are really playing great football. Good keep West Ham is football in the blind. But I think I'll just put my neck on the line and just say West Ham will finish 4th, and then Chelsea 5th, Spurs 6th.
But looking at the current table on air, you find that Chelsea gonna be number 4. They have 51 points. The difference between them and number 8, it's 5 points.
5A. It's around 5 points.
So Timmy,
you have to consider you have to because I think West Ham have a much easier. I'm not sure, but I think they have a much easier fixture than Chelsea, because I think they still have Man City. I think they still have Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken. So Tota, it's been an interesting couple of games.
So if I were to say, hey Rico,
hey, that's why top 6. How can I level? But I predict after game 35. Can I game 34? Game 34 upwards. This team this team look at Chelsea or after Tuchel came, we like change Rabona Zaichiwa Tika Hompienu, Kailene Watika, so Cantelene is getting his game time. They consider less goals. I think 2 goals so far after I can't how many games, but hella they are performing. So West Ham high performer you watched it ka weekend there la gore no go diragalaeng, so they are on interesting league tota gompieno re ta bona gore ke mo beta hetsa mo top 4. I wouldn't say Spurs lone ke rula out tota, they are performing gore ke hale I think players in mentality wa zone Mourinho le ena na mentality wa gagwe, but they are performing re ta bona gore go tla diragalang.
I think so in closing, prediction game 35, game 34. But looking at currently how the league is, who would you say, or who would you want playing in the top 4 now? Max.
City, Leicester United. Actually get a notch on the London rivals. I'll be happy to see them. So City, United, Leicester, and West Ham.
Wow. Rico.
Man City so far. Jaka Elone number 1. Then number 2, the way didn't think at the number 2 and number 3, I'm not sure. But Leicester and Man U, number 2, number 3. Then number 4, I'm not yet sure. Chelsea, West Ham. So mo top 4. I can sure Chelsea I can lose a former West Ham title, but hello Chelsea it's like a former Chelsea will get into top 4.
This is the Nigeria Copa. Have they played the second round?
Which one?
I'm not sure. I get short at.
Because I think they haven't played. That game is what to look out for.
Yeah. If the City Company is one of the games they know that perform at one hour winner. A winner sure.
so guys, in closing, I think let's wrap things up. Let me just say thank you again for coming on the show. But as always, it's always nice to have you guys on board, just to share your thoughts. So it's always nice to see and hear other people's comments or perceptions as to how they see football. So I think for now, let me just say goodbye. We'll see each other again after the international break. So it's going to be a long, is it a week and a half without club football? Yeah?
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's a long way. So we'll chat then when club football is back.
Say goodbye, Healy. Thank you for having me on your show today.
All right. Sure, Max.
Chapo.
Ciao. All right, guys. Thank you again for joining. For those that have been watching, it was the lunch break show. We are talking about the EPL and the UEFA Champions League. So, in closing, I would want to play a small video. Where we know football or sporting activities have stopped, have been suspended till further notice here in Bots. So, as a message of solidarity and a message to push our current regime to open up sports, I would want to share this video. The football union Botswana. So let's check it out before we close.
Mogare wa COVID-19 o affectile matshelo a rona hela thata bogolo ya rona ba tshameki ka bolo a rona mo lehatsheng la rona e emisitswe go sena ka leng gore re ka tswa re itsenyetsa letseno la rona ka teng jaaka ne re toetse pele ga mogare o goroga. The other thing is that we cannot blame any organization per se, rather is to say, can we adapt to the life in gore it is or e fositswe ke mogare o. Jaaka bolo rena e mistswana go bokete thata hela mo go rona ba tshameki ka gore ga re sa thola re bona letseno ya ka pele le dithopa tsa rona le tsone go thata gore di bona letseno le tsone tse leng gore di ntse di re duela ka madi a teng. With that being said, re lebile jaaka mogaro o affectile la hatshelo te ka bophara. Mahatsa re a mabapi la leng kgakala le rona ra khona go bona bone le bone ba tsusulisitse kgole a dinao go tswela go ntse go tshamekiwa. Sa re ka le kang go se dira kana ke le motshameki le tsa gore se ka diriwa ke gore our governing bodies le bone ba le ka go benchmark to try and see how other countries are making it successful or kick-starting the football fraternity ko mahatsheng a bone.